And actually, why don't we get into it, brother? So the reason you're here.
I accidentally started a nonprofit last year.
You accidentally started a nonprofit
He's like,
organization.
I tripped and fell, and when I got up, I had a nonprofit.
I remember,
almost,
Jeff, you were always very entrepreneurial, but you were always very mindful of causes. And I remember the time, I think we were doing some updates on a weekend or something like that, and we were hanging out in a room and we just got lost in the vision that you had, but it wasn't fully developed at that time. You just were thinking like, I want to give back. I want to do this. And you had all these different ideas. And then one day you came in and you were like, I got it. I know what I want to do. And it was Civilian 101. Why don't you jump right into that? What is Civilian 101 and what is the vision, man?
So Civilian 101 is a nonprofit that helps vets who are trying to figure out how to live a normal life after being in the military.
Right. And you are a veteran as well.
I am. Marine Corps, 1 enlistment, 5 years.
Oh.
Hoorah, motivate.
Thank you for the service, man.
Yeah, I'm just thankful I had a good country to come home to.
Hey.
And you sounded Irish when you said it.
Yeah.
I am not used to podcasts.
I'm just happy I came in place to have home.
I'm just happy that I have an accent.
He's like, the first thing I did was have a bowl of Lucky Charms. I don't understand it.
So I am not used to this whole podcast thing.
You can take them off,
being in a professional environment, and these headphones are tripping me out. I can't do it.
It's all right, man.
You have the other. Look at the other ones underneath too. He always rocks the. You see the headset? Yep. It's always there.
He's G14.
So yeah, for those of you who are watching the video, I am part of the cult of Bluetooth.
The cult.
You should join. It is completely non-denominational. But Civilian 101. So I spent 5 years being in the Marines, being micromanaged every second of my life for about 400 days a year, and that is not an exaggeration. And then you get out. Yeah. And
then what?
Exactly.
Then what?
In normal life, who's micromanaging you every minute of every day? No one. There's serious culture shock that a lot of people go through that, a lot of us didn't even recognize at the time. Actually, there's a guy that we work with at our day job who went through this and he had to learn how to go clothing shopping.
Wow.
Like if you've never bought clothes for having an interview, or going to a day job, or, being in an office environment, and people just expect you to know it, how do you learn that if you don't know it and you can't ask anybody?
Right.
Yeah, some of these dudes been in there for 15, 20 years.
Yeah, and they went in right out of high school. So, they go from mom and dad's basement to someone's taking care of how they live, and now all of a sudden, all right, out the door, pay all your own bills, don't screw up. Good luck.
Figure it out. There's so much figuring out to do as well. Like this with, everything, dude.
And, parallel to that, not to take away from veterans, so true, but I feel like the same formula happens everywhere. Because you got college students that go to college and they do all this stuff, but they don't know anything about the real life.
Oh, yeah.
So they come out of college and they're like, all right, good luck with all the debt you just incurred, and good luck with balancing your paychecks and bank balances. Yeah. And good luck.
You just paid $100,000 and you don't know how to balance your bank account.
Per year.
Facts.
So you're graduating with almost $500,000 in debt. And good luck.
But then,
so it's like the same formula. Military, it seems like it's the same. They don't give you the life skills, and they're just like.
But then you're being introduced to all kinds of things that are traumatizing too, as well.
On top
of that, on top of you missing, all of this.
Yeah,
you're out there being programmed a certain way, and if you're exposed to those things, then you're getting hit with that on top of it.
Yeah.
So now come back, figure it out, and all that other stuff,
all that trauma stuff. Just
never mind
that.
That doesn't affect you. Now
none of that matters.
So, wow. So what is it? How does it work?
The way it works, I have to backtrack, actually.
Okay,
I have to segue back to what is Civilian 101.
Nice. Hair class. Let's do hair class.
It's like I listen to the show sometimes.
What's up with that? Segue. I'll fix that. Don't worry about it.
So I accidentally got hooked up with this guy who's ethnically Russian who lives in Florida.
Oh, wait a minute.
So yes, I collude with a Russian, and he's also a veteran. And He's part of a group.
Yo,
they were trying to put together a nonprofit to fight veteran suicide.
Yeah.
Because among other things, vets face like a higher than national average rate of homelessness, joblessness, and suicide.
Yep.
Like there's 27 vets a day
That's a
on
fact.
average who off themselves. It's
wow.
terrifying when you think about it. So they have this program. They were putting together this program called N27. Fight the 27 suicides a day.
Mm.
But they didn't have like the background for it. So I was like, you guys should start a nonprofit to do this. So you have, the legal organization, you can accept donations and all of that. And they're like, that's a great idea. And they didn't do it. So I started filling out the paperwork to help them out.
And all of a sudden,
I accidentally realized I'm the only name on all of this legal paperwork. So I accidentally started a nonprofit
organization. So when you realized that you started the nonprofit organization, what was going through your mind then?
Wait, what?
When you realized it, you're like, oh.
No, that's what was going through my mind was,
what am I doing?
Wait, what?
Oh, okay.
Because I'd never.
As you were doing it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like halfway through the process, I actually stopped and glitched out. And I'm like,
you're like, wait a minute.
Huh? Because I'd never even conceived of doing something like this.
Did I do that?
Like I was the musical theater geek in high school. And I'm like, this is in the middle of just happening. I don't even know what tense to put on this. I'm so confused. So I thought about it and I'm like, okay. So I'm ending up with this nonprofit. Did you originally
go to the town hall to pay your taxes and walk out a nonprofit organization?
That was pretty much it. It's like I was here to pay my taxes.
I came here to pay my parking ticket. Why am I an owner of a nonprofit? Congratulations.
Took a little longer than that, but yeah. So then I started looking at it, I'm like, okay, they've got, their thing, N27, that is a program Civilian101 is doing. So if you go to our website, civilian101.com, there's a link to N27. They have their own donate page. If you want to support just that program, 90% of the proceeds go to just that program.
Got it.
So yay for fighting veteran suicide. But
absolutely. Hand claps for that. I want to respect that.
Fair enough.
No,
I will wait for the hand claps that I can't hear because I can't handle the headphones.
That's all right. They're going. Go ahead.
All righty. Another piece of my backstory that I have to segue back into is, so I wasted 4 years getting a college degree that is absolutely worthless. Out of high school, I thought, I am a Christian and it's very important to me and I wanted to explore it. Thought maybe I'm supposed to be a pastor, musical missionary, something. And at the end of the degree, I realized I'm not being called and this degree is worthless. Wow. How I ended up in the military. But that desire to do something to help the greater Christian church has never left me.
Mm.
So I was thinking, okay, I've got this nonprofit and there's a bunch of veterans that need help.
Love it.
And there's the church.
Love it.
How do we get the vets to go to church?
Mm.
So here's how it works. Getting back to that question you asked like 10 minutes ago.
Beautiful. You got it, man. It got to be that drink.
It's got to be.
Can you give me a bottle, please?
So another thing that people who are only listening cannot see is I'm holding a water bottle that's red.
Yes.
I will talk about it later, not now.
Okay.
I'll just take a sip instead. So someone else has to talk for a second.
Segue back. We'll segue back. Don't worry about it.
Segue back.
So go ahead. How it works.
So the program that I'm trying to build now with N20 or with Civilian101 is we will look for a community group to partner with. Typically, your local church. Because there's a local Christian church everywhere.
Right.
All they got to do is provide a volunteer or two, and then we'll give them a little training and some resources. And then we start directing vets who just, they need help adjusting or they need help with housing or education or, whatever.
Yeah.
Need help with anything. We send them to the church. Volunteer and vet sit down. They go through a guided conversation where they figure out, okay, vet needs help with, in this giant list, items B and D. Okay, well, for B, you go here. For D, you go here.
Yeah.
All of that stuff we're providing to the church. So volunteer doesn't have to know a thing except how to read and not be a moron.
Right.
Luckily, most people can handle this.
Yeah. You're selling it, bro.
You're picking churches which they can read the Bible. They can read the
there you go.
That is the hope, yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, now all of a sudden we've got a bunch of vets. Some of them are Christian, and they might be looking for a church you can plug into. Sweet.
Which is awesome, dude.
Some of them aren't.
Right.
You know, some of them might be lapsed Christians.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they've
like,
got a connection to a church, and you can start inviting them to events, invite them to come to the service. And veterans are doers. You know, we're used to being micromanaged and being productive 400 days a year, 30 hours a day.
Right.
It's, you know, another way to adjust to that culture shock.
It sounded like that hurt.
Like Randy Savage
for 5 years. It hurts.
We're gonna rip through
It's the only thing missing.
Slap it to a Slim Jim. Yeah, it's just gonna jump out and body slam me. Rah!
If I had to live life over again, I would do it again. I would enlist again. It was an amazing experience. I gained a lot from it. It's intentionally uncomfortable,
right?
Because you have to be ready to go to war.
Exactly.
And if you can't handle being uncomfortable, you will be, you know, a detriment in that environment. You'll be putting the brothers and sisters you're serving with at risk.
Absolutely.
Because if you can't do your job under pressure when you haven't had a shower in 4 weeks, then
I couldn't put my trust in the military if the guy was walking in and was like, all right, guys, put your PlayStation 4s down. We're going to go to war. Pick up your rifles. We'll beat out you guys in 5. Take your time. I don't want you guys to trip.
and make sure to bring your earmuffs because it's going to be loud.
I don't think I will put too much confidence in that kind of military. It's something commanding and impressive about the guy yelling and everybody just running into formation frantic because it's business. It's serious, you know?
Yeah,
so I can understand.
It's life and death. There is no more serious business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. And the vets are going from that kind of environment where they're ready for that to nothing. Yeah. So getting used to having all this free time, a lot of us need something to do. Holy crap. Churches have things they need volunteers for.
Right.
Whether it's, you know, helping Habitat for Humanity, you know, revamping the basement because it's been like that since the 1950s.
Right.
Or
there's probably a lot of them out
hey,
there,
we need help setting up for this potluck we're doing for the community next Saturday.
Right.
You know, just whatever.
Even outdoor, like community events.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, this volunteer who's helping the vet with the things that they need can invite them to help with things that the church needs. And then because the church is serving the veterans have an easy time becoming part of the church community.
That's beautiful, bro. Love it.
That is what we're trying to build right now with Civilian 101.
That is dope, bro. I'm praying for much success for you. And it's civilian101.com, right?
Correct.
And it's up and running right now.
It is.
All the information should be there. Actually, let me drop a link real quick. Let me send a link to you as well. Hold on, everyone. Gil, you mind?
I have the website. What do I need? Why are you sending me the link?
No. Not that link.
No, the link to share the show.
Not that link. I'm going to drop. Actually, Gil, you want to drop it in there? Civilian 101.
Oh, in the comment section and where? YouTube and Facebook?
Yeah, both, please, if you can.
All right, I'm going to try these headphones again now.
You're going to try it again?
Well, now that all of the important stuff I have to say is done, I can...
Now that you're not talking...
No, I love it, dude. I love it. So it's pretty much providing a program to equip the people in the church to help point the veterans to areas where they can get the help that they need, as well as give them opportunities to serve in the local body.
Yeah, we're creating a veterans outreach program that a church can just say, hey, we've got a couple volunteers, and we can plug it into anyone.
That's dope. Cool. I'll be praying for you, brother.
Appreciate it.
I'll be at making people, doing my best, doing our best, our due diligence to make sure people are aware of it. I love what
post it in there if you want to pin it.
You want to? Okay, yeah, maybe I can. That's dope. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, wait a minute. How did you post in the?
He's just
you have admin rights.
Yeah, but I can't pin it.
Got it.
Do you not have faith in Gil Vargas?
Oh, for real, man.
I have all the faith in my brother, man. All right. Well, is there anything else that you want to say before we segue to a skit? Or do you
We
feel?
haven't been to a skit. It'd be a segue.
There you go. We'll segue to a skit.
Yeah, he corrected you on
my
our
own
verbiage.
terms. All right, my own
That's
coin
crazy.
terms.